So, if you're a big time Xbox fan, you're probably a big Game Pass fan as well. And this will probably be something that you want to pay attention to in terms of, hey, what's going to be coming in the future. As there's been some really interesting leaks that have come about recently. And so I think that this is going to be something that you're going to want to pay attention to. Now, obviously, not all Xbox fans are Game Pass fans, and, not all Game Pass fans are Xbox fans, if that makes sense. I mean, it's a good service. I think people are starting to kind of wake up to the value finally, with the supposed list of games that are coming out this year from Microsoft. Are those going to be games that maybe change your mind? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe not. I think anything can happen at this point. I think, maybe some people might realize, hey, it's worth it to pick up an Xbox Series S. Maybe I can play, I can play this, I can play that. I can play, whatever. So, we'll see how this kind of works out, but I want to get into it because I think this is going to be a good video. What's up, y'all? This is Crap Gamer with Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. You guys don't know it, but it really does help with the channel if you guys like the videos, if you guys share them out, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. We are growing somewhat. I would like to continue that growth into this year, so Happy New Year and all that kind of good stuff. And again, like I said, I'm a Game Pass fan. I think that it's fine in tandem with buying your games. But again, if you like Microsoft, if they start putting out a bunch of games, hey, it makes it even an even better thing than before. So we'll see how that kind of works out. If it's something that Xbox fans can really kind of enjoy, long term or whatever. So again, like I said, really happy with what we're seeing so far, and this kind of goes in along with that. So when we think about it, Game Pass is great for the first party and things, but so there's been rumors going along now, and it looks like Transformers games as well as Tony Hawk Pro Skater could be making their way into the Xbox Game Pass, and I think this would be really cool for everybody because obviously people have been waiting for some of these things since the Activision Blizzard deal went through. I was hyped for certain reasons. I wanted to see some of these developers work on other games besides Call of Duty, and while that might not happen, we still might see some of these older games brought back. It could revive some life into them and things like that. So I think that's something that we could be seeing before too long. In addition to a lot of the Call of Duty games as well, as some classic Call of Duty games appeared on the store, a sign that the company is likely preparing them for an Xbox Game Pass drop somewhere down the line. Again, it's Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and World War II have appeared on the storefront, with Microsoft seemingly bringing back a back catalog of Xbox games to the Game Pass library at some point in the future. At some point, because this has happened with Activision Blizzard titles in the past, it doesn't necessarily mean an immediate Game Pass drop, as the Spyro Reignited trilogy received a Microsoft Store PC release in April, for example, and it took until November for it to hit. And Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 received new PC releases in June, but still haven't arrived on Game Pass. Again, so these things can come and they can go. They can, really kind of depends on how they kind of work things out. But I would expect there to be a lot more in terms of what they offer from Game Pass and the Activision Blizzard deal this year. You know what I mean? Because I think that that's just where all the signs are kind of pointing to. And again, when you kind of look at things and you can go, okay, well, where can Microsoft take things in 2025? That's up in, hard to believe 2025. Jeez. It seems like just yesterday I was doing Xbox One videos, in 2014, and here we are, 11 years later. Obviously Xbox has had its ups and downs, but you have to wonder, with such a strong first party year, are they going to cut back a little bit on the third party stuff? I don't know. I think we'll have to see. It's interesting to say the least how these things kind of work out, but I'm sure Microsoft has an idea or knows what they're doing. So, we'll see if that's going to be the continuing trend. I would love for them to be able to just pile on the content, because people are going to get around to it at some point in the future. You know what I mean? It's you put these things out there or whatever. we'll see what happens. But I hope that Microsoft continues to do these things, because it should be a good year for for Xbox fans, and I think that we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm really excited about the future. Anything can happen, but I do think that I see good things happening for the Xbox brand finally, and that's all that we can ask for. That's all that you can hope for. I mean, the exclusive stuff, that kind of takes care of itself, I think, in a sort of a way. But at the same time, we'll see. Like I said, Microsoft has a lot to kind of work for. Microsoft has a lot to kind of make up for as well. So, we'll see how Microsoft kind of reacts to that and how Microsoft kind of does things in general. I think that's sort of where we're at with sort of how they handle things. So, for me personally, we're in that sort of day and age where anything can happen, and usually does. You know what I'm saying? And again, Microsoft, they're not stupid. I mean, they can make some stupid decisions sometimes, but I still think that overall, they at least know somewhat about what they're going to do, and what kind of future holds for Microsoft and things like that. So I'm hoping that it's a really good one, and it's one that includes Xbox, and I think, as long as they're not announcing stupid stuff like OEMs, like third-party Xbox deals or whatever, I think that we'll be fine, as long as they keep things kind of in a relative great kind of fashion. You want that first party, you want Microsoft making the Xbox, so to speak, and literally, you don't want Panasonic or Samsung making their version of an Xbox. You want kind of a uniformity type thing, and I think that's what we're going to probably see. Hopefully, I hope that they kind of understand and listen to what some of the fans are saying before too long. You know what I'm saying? So I would honestly like to see that happen. And I would like to see, the Xbox fans be able to finally be able to kind of go, oh, okay, we've got these things, we've got the things that we've wanted, and we'll see. Like I said, Game Pass is turning out to be a great thing. I don't even really need to mention that, they have this huge lineup that includes the next Call of Duty and Avowed and Doom and Fable and South of Midnight and Outer Worlds 2. Think about this for a second. Like Doom, just looking at it, that's going to be a Game of the Year candidate. The Outer Worlds, the first one was a Game of the Year contender. It was actually in the Game of the Year awards as a finalist. So you have multiple Game of the Year contenders there, and it's really hard to knock what their first party's doing. They might have finally turned that corner, and I think that's something that could really pay off in a big way for them. Is start to get them a little bit more respect. At people start looking at Xbox and go, oh well, that's maybe I'll get one. It's like, and that's where the Series S could come into play. Because people obviously maybe want to pick up a cheap Xbox that's there to sort of play these type of games through a Game Pass or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's something that we could see before too long, and it would make sense for them to do that. So, again, we'll see if this is something that they can kind of flesh out and kind of get going in the right direction. But for me, I do look at it and I think, Microsoft has a lot going for itself with these types of announcements, and we could be seeing really the start of something fresh from Microsoft. So, I like seeing that. It's a new year, new Xbox. Maybe the people have a different kind of take on Xbox. Maybe they're starting to get used to kind of what's coming. Maybe the people that are left on Xbox right now have, a lot of games with Xbox, and they don't want to give up their Xbox, and the exclusives maybe aren't as important. So, again, we'll see. I honestly think that it could really benefit Microsoft, tremendously to kind of have things kind of work out well for them here. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I certainly do appreciate it. What are you guys most looking forward to from Microsoft this year? Are you guys Game Pass users? Do you want to see, which exclusives, which first party in general are you more interested in seeing? Let me know down below. Rack 'em up. Crab Gamer out.